So, very good afternoon to all the students. So, basically, in the last class, we have discussed some basic terminology related to irrigation. So, we have seen some definition. Good afternoon. So, these are the basic terminologies or definitions we have seen in the last class. So, today we are going to discuss about the irrigation efficiencies, what is efficiency and what are their types, and we are going to solve some numerical also related to these some of the efficiencies. So efficiency is nothing but a very simple thing that we have already know, that is output divided by input into the 100. It's a relation that we need to, means how much input is there, then how much we are getting output. Basically we are going to have a relation with them. Basically output divided by the input into the 100, that is a percentage of efficiency we can calculate. So basically it's the ratio of output to the input, and it's usually expressed in percentage. Output is not coming as equal as input is there, because there is always some losses will take place. Maybe the losses due to the conveyance losses may be there. There may be a transpiration there. Evaporation will take place while the water is moving from one place to the other. So in that case, the output will not come the same as we are putting the input over there. So that difference will definitely there, or that difference is nothing but that is considered to be your wait a minute. So always there is some losses will take place. So our input, whatever the input we are putting, that will not come the same. So hence efficiency is basically inversely proportional to the losses. So whatever the loss, if losses are more, efficiency will comes out to be less, because it will decrease your output. So output is directly proportional to the efficiency. So in that case, losses is coming out to be inversely proportional to the efficiency. So further we will see the type of efficiencies. So one which is first one, that is efficiency of water conveyance. So water conveyance means when water is moving from one to the, there is some losses will take place. So the system of movement we have seen from the river to the field, how the water is moving and what are the various networks or that system we require to bring that water to the river or source to the field. So that image we have already seen, or flow diagram that we have seen in the last class. So conveyance efficiency is basically is the efficiency of water conveyance system associated with the canal network. So what are the networks means we have seen field channels also, we have water course, then we have distributary, we have main canals, then we have a river. So that system I hope so everybody knows that. Then we have field channel. So it is defined as the ratio between the water that reach to the farm or field and that diverted from the irrigation water source. Means basically how much water we are diverted from the source to how much water we are receiving in the field. Their ratio is considered to be efficiency of water conveyance. So which is coming out to be EC, which is water conveyance represented by EC. E stands for efficiency, C is the conveyance, and which is equal to VF divided by VD. Means VF is nothing but the volume of water that reaches to the farm or field, means that output, and VD is the volume of that is diverted from the source. Diverted means by making barrage or any obstruction in front of the river and divert that water, and how much water we divert or put into the canal. From that canal, that water is reaching to the field by using some other distributaries and so on. So that amount of water that we are delivering to the point where we have, so basically the amount of water which is diverted from the source to the amount which is water we are receiving at the field, their ratio is coming out to be your efficiency of water conveyance. One thing here is which I want to mention, that the length of the source from where we length of the source means the from the source we are getting the water to the water which is traveling from source to the field. If that length is more, means water is initiating start from a very far point and to the reaching to the small hill, small village, or where the actual farm is there, where we want to deliver that water. In that case, losses will be more, because in that case it comes under the open area surface, like it comes under the sunlight also. So evaporation will take place due to the wind. Also, there will be some losses take place. Some as long as its length is increased, it means some seepage loss. Seepage loss will be very diverse in that category. So in that case, amount that we diverted from to the water which we received into the actual field, it will be a very difference over there. That much a very huge difference in that case. So efficiency coming out to be less in that case. So that's how we can calculate efficiency of water conveyance. So we can say that the losses plus the output, which is nothing but it's equal to your input. So we can get that value also. Then we have application efficiency. What does application efficiency means? It's basically the actual water storage of water into the root zone to meet the crop water needs in the relation to the water applied to the field. It means how much water is going to be stored into the root zone and how much water we apply to the field. Initially, in the last point that we are discussing about the conveyance efficiency, here there we discuss about the diversion of the water, means how much we are the water we are supplying to the channel or canal, that water reach to the field, that their ratio is considered to be the conveyance efficiency. But here, how much water we supply to the field to the how much water is stored into the root zone, that considered to be the application of efficiency or application efficiency related to the water applied to the field. So application efficiency includes any application loss, evaporation or seepage from the surface water channels, furrow, any leakage from sprinkle irrigation. Means it also depend along which you can say which method we are adopting to supply the water to the crop. Either you can go with the sprinkler system, you can adopt for drip system, or you can go for the field like flood irrigation. Depend upon their losses, output coming out to be different in that case. Most probably, if you see in the drip system, there is a losses will happen due to the like leakage of pipes, or is similar for the sprinkle also, the leakage of pipe system can happen there. In that case, efficiency will coming out to be less than that particular point. So losses always takes place. You are not supposed to stop 100% losses. It is not in actually 100% you can't stop it. Seepage always takes place, even if you make it line canal, even then there will be losses take place. 100% you are not supposed to stop the seepage. So that's how you can apply the application efficiency, is the ratio of water stored in the root zone to the water which is delivered to the field to the farm. So their ratio is considered to be application efficiency. E again is considered to be efficiency. A stands for application. So relation remains same. Just the procedure, or you can say the way of water we are supplying on the position of their as the water is moving, according to that their efficiencies we are considering here. Next is storage efficiency. Now last point is they are the step by step. First is from water to source to the field. Now we reach to the field to the root. Now we are here. How much water you supply to the root and what amount of water that root is stored itself. So their ratio is considered to be storage efficiency. So one is higher step. Other than we are in field, then we have to come to the root zone of the plant here. The water storage efficiency evaluate the storage of water in the root zone after irrigation related to the need of water prior to the irrigation. So here ES is the storage efficiency, which is equal to the root zone storage capacity or the root storage water divided by the capacity of storage. So that's how much maximum capacity of that root to store that water, to how much amount of water or that store water into the root. Their ratio is considered of the storage efficiency. So same thing, initially we start with the from the source to the field, then field to the root, root to the storage, how much amount is stored to the root divided by the amount of water, or you can say capacity of the root, how much water the you can maximum he can store itself. Then we have water distribution efficiency. So it's a ratio of mean of numerical deviation from the average depth. This relation might you are not getting here, but you will understand its meaning once we solve the numerical. So let me read it out for you and let me explain in detailed manner here. So what does the water distribution efficiency is meaning here? It is the ratio between the mean of numerical deviation from the average depth of water storage during irrigation. What does that mean basically? Is the ratio between the mean of numerical deviation. We need to find out mean first of all, average depth of water stored during the irrigation. Once you are supplying to the water, means you are doing the irrigation, some of the amount of water will penetrate, or you can say at some depth it will going. We will calculate the average depth, and we will find out the other values related to that average value. We are going to get the deviation from average value, how much, whether they are deep more or whether they are on upside. So, and the average depth stored during the irrigation. Average value से कितना deviation है, that we are going to find, and that, and average depth stored during the irrigation we are going to divide by the average value. Okay, it is mathematically expressed as ED, which is the distribution efficiency 1 minus the Y bar is basically the deviation that we are going to average depth deviation divided by the average value of that depth, storage depth, into 100. So gamma basically, or which you can call it the average here. So average numerical deviation in depth of water stored from average depth storage during irrigation. So don't get confused here. So I will, while I will solve the numerical, you better understand how to calculate its value. So average depth of water storage during irrigation. So then we last, but not the least, after that we have some numerical problems. So we will solve those also. So water use efficiency, that term water use efficiency denotes the production of crop per unit water applied. Means how much crop we are getting, or production of crop is taken place per unit water applied. How much water you apply to the field and what amount of production of crops takes place. So that is considered to be water use efficiency. Means how much water we use and get the crop, how much production of crop is taken place divided by the amount of water that you apply to the field. And it is expressed as crop production per unit depth of the water over a unit area, that is kg per centimeter per hectare. Means in hectare how much depth of water you supplied and how much production of crop will take place. So that considered to be water use efficiency. So these are some definitions point of view, but numerically generally asked, but might be it can ask in 5 marks question or 10 marks question where define the efficiency and write its type. So you need to explain those stuff. And though these classification of efficiencies here. So let me put a one numerical. So it's a very simple one. There is no such confusion here. So statement is given that is 1 cubic of water pumped into a farm. The water is pumping out by some tube well, or you can say source can be any other also. We are need to pump it out. So form a distribution system, farm distribution system, 0.8 cubic is delivered to the 0.8 cubic is delivered. One cubic of water was pumped out, but out of 0.8 cubic is delivered to turn out 2.9 kilometer from the well. So there is a turnout of length. Suppose water is 1 cubic was pumped out, or initially you can say water which is coming out, that is 1 cubic, and 0.8 is delivered to the actual crop where we need to take that water. How much distance they need to travel? It need to travel 0.9, or you can say there are turnarounds. You need to move that, bring that water to the field. You directly, the water is not going to supply to the land where the crop is. You need to bring make the channels, or you can say ditches are there. So by using those ditches, you are going to take the water from tube well to the other portion of the land. Everywhere we don't have the tubes in a 1 acre or all those stuff. We own the acres, means 20 acres or 30, even 30 acres, depending upon your amount of water is available. So basically what we need to do, we need to make the ditches and to carry that water from tube well to the irrigation land, or where the crops has been growing fine, or we need to supply that water by using the ditches. So it's efficiency we need to find. So you can say input was 1 cubic, output was 0.8. We are not concerned about how much distance he traveled, but there is losses taken place, that is 0.02. So their value we can calculate output by input. This is the output divided by the input, multiply by 100. This is how you can calculate the efficiency. So you may get confused by putting the value of 9.9 kilometer. I can put 1.5 kilometer also here. So don't go get confused with it. What does that mean? It's just a meaning ki water is traveling from tube well to the field where we need to supply the water is distance is 0.9. So we are just bothering about what is output, what is input, that you need to find it out and divide both of them, means output by input, and multiply by 100, you will get the efficiency that we require. So that is a basic efficiency that we find here. Next statement or next question is bit good compared to the last one. The first one was basic fundamental or basic thing to understand what does efficiency mean. So here if you see statement is again mentioned, that is 10 cubic water is delivered to 32 hectare field for 4 hours. Means a discharge is mentioned to us. So 10 cubic water is delivered to 32 hectare field for 4 hours. There is a land of 32 hectare field and water is supplying, it's a discharge is 10 cubic and 4 hours is supply is there for continuously. Soil probing after the irrigation indicates that whatever the soil was there, it indicates that 0.3 meter of that water has been stored in the root zone. So we assume that we are getting that 0.3 meter of water has been stored in the root zone. So that is mentioned to us. So that much of depth of water is stored into the root zone. Fine. We need to compute the water application efficiency. So water application efficiency, what does that mean? How much of water is stored into the root divided by the water that is supplied to the roots or supplied into the field. It's a note from the conveyance actually. It's a second efficiency, that is your water application efficiency. So first of all, we need to calculate input. Input is directly not mentioned. We need to find it out by calculating or putting some relations here. So discharge is mentioned to us. We need to find out the volume first, and by volume or basically by in the form of volume, we'll get the value of input and output and then multiply, and so simple relation we can use. So first thing first, we have to do some volume calculation here. So volume of water applied by 10 cubic water, how much the hours is supplied? Discharge is given. So volume is nothing but discharge into the time for which the water is supplied. So 10 cubic into 4, 4 first convert into the unit that we required, 4 hour into 60, it's a minute, and then 60, it's in seconds. So 10 into 4 into 60 into 60, the unit will convert it out. So this is the volume of water that's supplied basically. If you convert into the hectare, so that will be divided meter cube is equal to 1 hectare is equal to 10,000 meter square. So by doing so, you will get the value that 10,000 divided by that, you will get 14.4 hectare meter. This is the volume that we supply to the land. This is the input that we have given. And then things directly there is not mentioned how much water is stored, but the depth is mentioned to us, and we know how much land we have over which the crop is grown. So that is a 30, or maybe crop is not there, but just we are assuming that there is a 32 hectare land is there. So 32 into 0.3, how much volume is there, output is there, means that much of land is irrigated, and which depth of water is 0.3. So 32 into 0.3, this is the output we are getting. By supplying this much of input, we are getting that much of output. So water application is nothing but output divided by the input and multiply by 100, you will get value, that is efficiency coming out to be 66.67%. So that's how you can calculate the efficiencies. So question is bit not that difficult, but it tricky. Maybe people may mistake here also in the conversion of the units. Maybe you get confused with this fundamental also, okay, how you are getting in this case. So efficiency, once you get the efficiency, unit should be the same. If you make a mistake in conversion of unit, in that case, maybe there is a issue related to solve the problem. So that should not be happening. So we are discussing about the efficiencies, numerical, we have seen 1 or 2. Let me put the third also, which is a bit important. So that third point is related to your efficiency that we have seen in the this third efficiency, which is water distribution efficiency. Related to this is the question which I am going to discuss here. So again, we need to, I'm going to read the statement first, and then we will try to solve the question and then reach to the point that we have to get in this particular problem. So So depth of penetration along the length of the border strip. There is a land is there and border strip is there. You may aware about it, what border strip mean here. So at points 30 meters apart were probed. 30 meters we have observed some points and their values are a depth of penetration means how water penetration depth that is observed that measured or noted 30 meters apart along the border strip. So their value is 2, 1.9, 1.8, 1.6 and 1.5 meter respectively. We need to find water distribution efficiency. So by using that relation, the things we need to find out first, if you see here, observed depth for 5 stations are means 5 points. So stations or mark, you can consider anything. 2, 1.9, 1.8, 1.6 and 1.5 meter respectively. Now we have to calculate the capital D means the average depth of that water which is penetrated into the that border strip apart from the 30-meter distance apart by 30-meter distance. So D, which is nothing but average, is nothing but summation of all the values divided by the number of points. So there are 5 points, so divide by 5. First summation of all the points, 2 plus 1.9 plus 1.8 plus 1.6 plus 1.5 divided by the number of points or stations, you can say. So that's how we get the average depth of that water which is penetrated around that strip or border strip. So that coming out to be 1.76 meter. Now we have to calculate the deviation of the depth of these penetration from the average value. That is the value we need to find out. So what is the value of deviation coming out? Deviation means that from the average. Initially, the first value is 2. We have average value is 1.76 means average is depth is 1.7. Here water is more penetrated. 2 minus 1.76. Second is 1.9 minus 1.76. Third is 1.8 minus 1.76. 1.6 minus 1.76 and 1.5 minus 1.76. So these after deducting, or you can find the deviation from the average value is 0.24, 0.14, 0.04, minus 0.16 and minus 0.26. So some of the value which are more than the average value, some are the values which is less than the average value. Now the value that is absolute of these deviation from the means are absolute means we are not going to negative means the value which is lesser than the average value. So don't take them as a negative. So a negative sign let us know about the value of average from average value, some of the points or some of the station over which the depth is lesser than that value. So once you calculate its value, so absolute value is just the number that we are getting. Don't take the minus sign. So their deviation from the means are 0.24, 0.14, 0.04 and 0.16 and 0.26. These are the values. Now we need to calculate average of these values. So small d, that is average of these absolute values of deviation from the mean, which is nothing but again summation of all the values divided by 5. 0.24 plus 0.14 plus 0.04 plus 0.16 plus 0.26 divided by the number of the stations or points, or you can say then where we measure the depth of the water. So that will be coming out to be 0.168 meter. Now put into the formula that we have already seen while we discussed about the water distribution efficiency. So which is coming out to be 1 minus d by capital D, which you can consider gamma also. So don't get confused here. I'm using a d in the last when we discussed about the theory, we take it as a gamma. So that meaning is same notation you can use according to you. So that's your side relaxation or your consideration. You can take any of those. Just put their values. So 1 minus the value of absolute values of average absolute value of deviation, which is 1 minus 0.16 divided by 1.76. By doing so, 1 minus. So here if you say divide first and then minus from the value of 1. So that is the value which we are getting. That is a water distribution efficiency in 200. You will get 90.5% of water distribution efficiency. So that's all for this particular statement. If anybody have any question.